YouTube? Welcome back to Confessions of Skycrew. We're gonna go through 50 today, and yeah, let's go ahead and get to this. Okay, first up, my teacher just announced he's dating a former student. She's 18 now, which is wild because when she was still at school, she got extra math lessons from him at his house. I just feel like it's an epidemic of teachers trying to talk to their students or trying to get in relationships with their students. That should be weird as fuck to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Freshman year of college, my roommate was random. Wanting to be optimistic, I tried to make friends with him the first week I got to campus. The guy spoke a total of 4 words to me the entire 4 months I was living there. Anytime he wasn't in class, he was playing Fall Guys in the dorm. He slept in khaki shorts, jeans, swimsuits, and smelled terrible.
Damn.
Whenever he would show up back to the dorm, the energy would just completely shift, and I would have to leave to go to other friends' dorms to hang out. One night I'm in bed and he shit his pants.
That's nasty.
After going to the bathroom to address the situation, he came back out wearing the same shorts with nothing changed.
What the hell?
This man slept in his own shit the entire night and didn't say anything. After the night of the room smelling so god-awful, I decided that I would do the second semester of my freshman year online at home.
Yo, his roommate was so terrible.
My home life was honestly terrible, but anything beats living a dude like that.
That might be the worst shit. A horrible ass roommate. Imagine a roommate so bad that it made you leave your college and made you go back home, and you got a shitty ass situation. Okay, low key, my school, my boring ass shit, but my primary school wasn't crazy though. Not gonna lie. There was a video of the popular kids getting head smoking, but these niggas don't even get in trouble. And also one day a prefect from the school was caught drunk with like 5 of her friends. Also, in near the end of the year, the head was caught having sex in the school bathroom with a girl, and bro had another girl who was his main girl. Yo, please type these properly. Use grammar, please, my nigga. You found out and slapped the shit out of him in front of everyone, and yeah, that's all cloud. You're a great content creator. Appreciate you, my dog, but please, next time you do this, please proofread before you send this in. That was hard to read. My ex made me sign a contract to date her. What? This wasn't a normal contract either. She asked for both of my parents' addresses along with my past 3 relationships and their info. Yo, is this girl rich or some shit? Making you sign the NDA terms and agreements to a contract is ridiculous, gang. And also asked me which bone I'd least like to be broken and where I'd least like to be shot. I totally lied on it, but her and her parents were definitely weird and crazy, and I would never do that again. You went through this shit? Gang, chat, how bad does a girl have to be for you to sign a contract? That's some rice scum. She not only has to be bad, but she has to be rich as fuck. I'm gonna be honest, because there's no other way. Was the book good? It better be. Okay, I'm done reading these. Let's just, right here, let's have Adam read it.
Make this quick. I'm part of this friend group that used to be friends with another. Let's call him Anthony. At some point, he left during the summer, but still goes to the same school. While in school, around 6 months later, there is a rumor that another one of my friends, let's call him Jake, slept with another and got a STD.
Damn.
He already has a girlfriend.
Damn.
Try and guess who was suspected to be the spreader. There isn't enough proof to back it up, but neither the spreader nor the victim are on good terms. And no, the rumor isn't true.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. STD rumors gotta be the worst rumors to get in high school, bro. Like, niggas knowing that you got a dirty is ridiculous. I'd rather people think I got a small meat.
There was a girl in my school my whole friend group was cool with, and through 7th grade, she was the root in multiple dramas, making my girl BSF at the time leave the friend group. Was my girl...
It be like this, bro. It's always that one popular girl in middle school that everybody knows that's kind of cool with everybody. That be fucking up everything, bro. She be talking about everybody, bro.
Was my girl BSF a bad person throughout some of these? Yes. But I still wanted revenge. I knew she was easily to make fall in love, so I decided to try and make her fall in love with him and then break up with her when she got attached. In June, we started talking, and I cuffed her in July. A few days later, I broke up with her. She claimed she never liked me, but in October, she hinted at still missing me 4 months after the relationship.
Bro, nigga think he on a Koji, bro. Oh, revenge is never, shit never that deep, my dog. Yo, I don't think I've ever tried to enact revenge on somebody. I feel like I'm the type of person, I'll let shit go fast, bro. Like, unless, like, you really mess with my character, I'm not really trying to get revenge for it, bro. I ain't gonna...
Okay, so a lot of people are going to call this fake, but one time in 4th grade, me and my best friend had a really shitty homeroom teacher. I mean, this bitch would send us to the principal for talking and call it disrupting the class. She would target me specifically, but that's a different story. One time, while we were in the carpentry lab making a small toy boat, the teacher's lounge was open right next to us. Inside was a huge plate of Hershey Kisses. So naturally, we took them all. But before we left, we saw that there was a cup with our teacher's name on it, and we came up with a plan. We grabbed the most vile, disgusting things we could find. We took all this and put it in her flask, closed the lid, and went back to class. About an hour later during lunch, we found out she had been taken to the hospital for food poisoning. She didn't come back for a while.
Damn, y'all some demons, bro. It's never that deep, gang. I get not liking the teacher, bro. Nigga, y'all got her sick as hell. Y'all could have killed that woman, bro. You don't know what she's allergic to.
Last year, I changed schools, so I barely knew anyone from my new school, and the class I joined was full of people that had crushes on each other, but no one told me. So then I hear that people want to jump B because I'm talking to their crushes, and they got jealous, and they were glazing me, saying I am playing tiki-taka with the girls in the class before they got jealous.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, if you're a new kid at a small school, or like a private school, and you're anything above a 5 or a 6, everybody in the whole school is gonna have a crush on you. That's just how this shit works, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So I remember I was new to school, and you know, I'm a beautiful young black man, so people think I was attractive and shit. Everybody had a crush. So like all the girls for like 2 weeks had a crush on me. Literally only 2 weeks. It was like 2 to 3 weeks. And then all the guys got jealous of me. It was weird. I've told this story before. Y'all gonna say that should never happen? I've told the story before, but I might have to tell it again. Yo, that would be a perfect story to tell on a new channel. But here's the thing, I know a lot of people from that story. I still talk to a lot of people from that story because it's a story involved. I might need to wait one more year before I tell it. But it's a crazy story. But that shit dead ass be happening though. Y'all gonna say it's cap. That shit dead ass be happening. Started a fire in the bathroom and what, it got too big for me to put out, so I had to get water from the toilet. It was not fun, but I'm just glad I didn't get burned or anything. How do you start a fire in a bathroom? What the fuck were you doing? This story happened when I was in 6th grade, but I had a boyfriend who was a grade above me, and oh my God, he was so fine. One day after school, he asked for me to visit his house at his mom, as his mom worked late and no one was at his house or at his crib. And since he was my boyfriend, I had to say yes. And when we got there, we started kissing and cuddling until he had asked for me to suck his whoa. Since it was my first time, 10 minutes into it, I threw up and he kicked me out and broke up with me. All of this shit happened when you were in 6th grade. You were 11. I mean, I can't say nothing, right? But geez, man, my old high school classmates got pregnant by her boyfriend at the age of 17. So she dropped out of school and work. This happened last year. We had a good bond back then, but I don't know where she is now. Probably a teenage parent. Just know probably she is. Hey, man. Hey, wear condoms, chat. One time I threw an apple at a special person at lunch and it hit their head. I then proceeded to blame it on a random girl who was crying about her mom being killed. Like a week later, she cut herself on IG Live. Until this day, no one knows. You're a monster, gang. You're a fucking monster. Yo, Batman couldn't got that shit out of me, gang. Why would you say that to me, gang? Why would you tell us that? Love the vids plus added grammar just for you? Oh, thank God. Matter of fact, I was gonna skip this motherfucker because that's a paragraph. But just because you added grammar just for me?
All right, this story takes place during my freshman of a Catholic high school. Keep that in mind. Me and my friend, we were named Billy. We're heading to our advisory to check and go to chapel. At our school, they allowed you to go into a church area within the school to pray during advisory and take time to worship. When we had walked into our class, Nas were talking about how the 2 known school bops were linking up and helping friends around the school. I told my homeboy that how I don't think we should go to chapel because the school bops may be out there giving out that happy ending. As well as I had a girlfriend and didn't want to get caught up in bop business. But this dumb NGA verbatim says, nah gang, we be like nobody would smash in the chapel. Keep in mind, we go to a 4-story school, and the chapel is in a remote corner of the school. So we walked all the way to chapel from the 3rd floor down to the 1st. And as soon as we turned the corner into the roundabout, we see Nas lined up pants down, and the 2 girls are drinking water from a dude's.
Bro.
And as I'm about to walk out and on the verge of fading with my boy, a guy turns around and asks, you want in? NGA-NO is exactly what I yelled in his face, how we walked back up in dead silence.
No, hold on.
As well as I had a girlfriend and didn't want to get caught up in bop business.
You said, do you want in? That's crazy as fuck. Nigga, no, like what the fuck? Moral of the story, yes, my homeboy did catch that work at our next football practice, and I decided not to snitch because the girls who did it had ties with the admin in the school, so it would just get looked bad on me. Preach for reading, love the content, keep pushing the message of not being lustful, or else y'all could end in a line of dudes, end up in a line of dudes with their pants down waiting to crush the school bops. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's one experience I've never had. Getting blurped up while my man's is getting glurped up right beside me. And that's one I don't want to have. If a girl is willing to do something like that, you really don't want to be messing with her, gang. I ain't gonna. That's how you get STDs and teen pregnancy. My biology teacher used to trust me with the keys to his office, so sometimes I sneak out of class. I found boring to go to his office and use my phone. But one time I took a girl to his office around sports times, locked it and did it dirty while he came banging on the door searching for me. Luckily, he didn't hear us and went out somewhere else to look for me. Why y'all be like, oh, we gotta stop this trend of fucking in school, gang? I ain't gonna lie. I can't condemn y'all for it because I low-key did the same thing back when I was young. But at the same time, bro, that shit not safe. I said back when I was a young nigga. That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Okay. Bro, I be thinking I'm Dior or Berto sometimes, bro. I gotta stop watching their content, gang. They turning me into a fucking On my last day of school, I set off a bunch of firecrackers in the bathroom, and the principal started a manhunt for me. I was never a fan. Batman said, keep doing crime. All right, boy. All right, bro. We got new elevators at school, so naturally the first day we all went to the top floor, got in the elevator, and started jumping up and down, pressing the door open button and closing button. We all got out the elevator as the door closed. Love the viz, by the way. Some cool kid shit. Don't do that though. Fought a kid because he kept slapping my ass after I told him not to. Last year my classmate kept slapping my ass throughout the week, and I kept telling him I was gonna beat his ass if he kept on doing it. It's still annoying, but transitioned into saying the hard R all the time. Oh, that's worse. That Friday last period in the area, there was this space where nobody could see us, where he slapped my ass again. I think that nigga like you, bro. I think he trying to tell you something, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, if I was you, go slap his ass back. See what he doing, bro. See what face he make. He probably gonna like that shit, gang. So I pushed him down and kind of choked him. Oh yeah, he for sure like that shit. Yo, y'all getting sexual. Had my knee on his neck, kinda, and kept punching and slapping his head. After like 3 minutes, a few classmates got me off of him. To this day, we keep talking about it because I'm dead ass fiending to hurt him again. And a few other things kept calling me the N-word. Okay, that N-word shit not cool. I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. I will get out that situation. However, you talking about you fiending to whip his ass again, bro? Hey, gang, I guarantee when you was beating his ass, that it got hard. I wouldn't be fiending to do nothing with him no more. Anyways, next one. And my free trial is gone. Can I make an account? Reach the day limit plus voices. I'm great too. Man, shut that shit up.
In 7th grade, went to a new school, and one of the first things I did was hold a concert in a gaga ball pit. Real ones know. For ma crush at the time. She was chopped. I don't know what I was thinking. So that was cringe enough. But what I decided to do after was insane. Over some period of time, I think like 3 days, I had came up with the idea of putting a note in her locker. Now the first 2 were completely innocent. Cringe, but innocent. But when I made the third one, I had the bright idea of putting, and I quote, I will come, I meant CM, oh I mean have love for you, and that had the whole grade talkin'. So one day while I'm in ISR, in school restriction, for something completely unrelated, I get called to the office. What I find in the office is the assistant principal, and a cop. Now I had already been in his office a few times, so I def ain't expect the cop. He sits me down and explains to me that the first 2 letters would have not made his office, but the third is concerned him. By the way, the cop said he was only there solely because of the severity of the situation. He proceeds to suspend me for either a week or like 3 days, and when I got back I still had to finish my days at ISR. Crazy.
Yeah, you cooked. Gang, you're cooked. Wrong one. You're cooked, gang. See, this is why we don't write notes to girls, man. If you like a girl, either tell her in person or tell her over text or call. But writing letters and shit, fuck no. Now you just became the story at your school for 5 years. Even after you graduate, the principal's still gonna be telling that story. When I was in middle school, I covered an entire bathroom ceiling with those wet toilet papers things that are in every bathroom, except this time it was the whole roof. I didn't come to school the next day, and my friends started texting me saying that I was done because the VP had a whole class meeting about it because she was so pissed. Everyone knew I did it, but no one snitched, and some random kid I didn't even know blamed it on these 3 random high schoolers he didn't even know for some reason, and they got the whole blame for it. And this isn't me, but someone at my high school had shat in a urinal in one of the boys' bathroom over 10 different times, and they had an anonymous Instagram account called the SPA Pooper. Name the SPA Pooper. Gang, are you talking about you? Are you the SPA Pooper? Stinky booty ass nigga. I don't know how y'all could be just doing that shit. I've never ever thought of the idea of just shitting in a urinal. How do you even do that? I used to go to school with this very small girl. We're gonna call her Kay. Now, she had beef with every other ratchet girl in the school and would fight them basically every day. And she even got arrested in the summertime for a big ass fight she was in with other girls. Now, 2 years later, I found out on some random day in school that she moved schools and got pregnant. By the way, me and her are in the 8th grade. What the? Y'all just moving fat. Yo, chat, imagine having a kid at 14. You're still a child. Oh my God. Okay, 2 for 1 special. When I was in primary school, there was a large group of trees at the edge of the playground. The leaves covered it completely, so we could hide between the gap and the trees to discuss things like in secret love. Sometime during playing time, you can call recess. A group of kids and I went over to the hideout, but saw that one of the trees was leaking red sap. I inspected it and put on an act as if it was blood. We ran screaming, and I went back there for work experience. 10 years later, the leaves were trimmed so no kid was able to hide there again. Damn, you cause a permanent impact on your school, gang. That shit tough. In secondary school, my year group was on its way back from either a college or university visit. They're separate things in the UK, and one of the kids at the back left his Bluetooth speaker turned on. I used that opportunity to connect to it and blast as many meme sounds as I could. I'm talking Rick Rolls, Monster Inc., Ear Rape, the shadow walking thing for Halloween, and many more. They were bullies, so I had fun. Okay. Last year in 8th grade, there were things called cores. In simple terms, groups to separate students. And some of the students in one of these cores found a website. They chatted with some of the other students in it. And these chats were as unfiltered as Kanye. So the assistant principal was anonymously hopping on it to see what was going on. And the moment he typed something, one of the students called them the N-word hard R. The assistant principal was African American. That led to some of these students in that core being suspended or something. They should be kicked out. Back in 6th grade, me and my friend went to hang out in the bathroom. His name is Kadil. As I was casually doom scrolling in the bathroom, Kadil aggressively pushed me against the stall wall and touched my wiener. Whoa! He ripped my pants down, and as I tried to resist, he gave me the first stroke. I instantly gave in and had the best orgasm of my life. Okay, bro. Okay. All right. Nigga just wanted to tell me he's gay, man. That's calm, bro.
I was in 7th grade and this random kid, let's call him Pubert, not his real name, cause it sounds disgusting. If any of you are named, you have a dumbass name and you should beat your mama. Would always beef with random people and he would talk shit about me. Nobody really believed him, but he kept on going cause he wanted female attention. I don't know if he was slightly autistic or just a dumbass middle schooler, but Pubert kept on getting into fights. He got suspended cause he eventually caught fighting on school property and he got suspended. This is when Pubert's lame pussy ass realized shit wasn't working. So instead he took the logical step of harassing girls by sending pics and started describing what he was going to do to them if he got his way.
Huh?
And safe to say his bitch ass was forced to move as he was suspended indefinitely.
Man, fuck Pubert. What the hell? Oh, we can change voice speed? Yes, sirski. Wait, you can't make it faster? What's the fucking point of that shit, bro? When I was in 12th grade, there were these two guys who had a little rivalry. One of these guys was in my class. I don't know how it started, but one afternoon, the other guy brought a girl into our class at school, and he fucked her on my classmate. Okay, alright, bro. Oh my. Yo, what? He fucked her on my classmate's desk and came on it. We all found out the next day. To get his get back, my classmate took his girl to the other guy's class and fucked her on his desk. And everybody knew it was an open secret between all of us. Also, my classmate threw his desk out. I don't know if that shit's real, but if it is, that's crazy. The Rice Krispie treat incident. Okay, this low-key sounds interesting. I'm not gonna read it. I wish you were faster, big.
The Rice Krispie treat incident. This story takes place in a random 7th grade school day in PE. I have this bro who we'll call B and this other friend who is a girl we'll call M. B used to really like M, like a lot. On this particular day, B had a Rice Krispie treat that he wanted to give to M to be nice and all that. Now, keep in mind that during this time, M had a girlfriend and B knew. Anyway, he gives it to her, she eats it, and throws it away. This is where it should have ended, but it goes deeper. Our friend, who we'll call D, goes over to B and tells him that M licked the wrapper. This is where things take a weird turn. This makes B really excited and he starts going dumpster diving trying to find the wrapper. He was unable to find the wrapper and proceeded to walk around the gym really sad. And then he went in the restroom, locked himself in a stall, and started crying. Eventually, the coaches found out and me and D had to go explain what was happening to one of the coaches while the other tried to get B out. This was seriously one of the dumbest things I've ever had to do. At some point B came out and he was back to normal. When I tried to ask B about him crying, he says it's because people make fun of him. But my friend group from PE all believes it was over the wrapper.
All that shit over a damn Rice Krispie treat is ridiculous, though. Okay. During the 8th grade, our school gave out chocolate milk once a week. And there was one of my friends who left a carton in his locker for a whole week on vacation. Oh, that shit smelled crazy. I'm already know. He came back, we decided to keep it. Locker base started to stink up, so we had to move it multiple times to avoid suspicion. Why are y'all keeping that shit? You could smell it from down the hallway and almost left a permanent stench on any locker we kept it in. We ended up keeping it all year. One of my friends even paying people to take a bite out of it. Turned into a solid after a few months. In the end, we never got caught. It may or may not be a coincidence, but the very next year, the school stopped giving milk out. Y'all are weird. I hate milk like this. Y'all the reasons why middle school locker rooms smell crazy. Or middle school lockers just smell crazy in general, bro. People like you, I don't like. This one time in 9th grade, I was sitting with my crush. To give you some background, Christmas break was around the corner, so to celebrate, I bought chocolate truffles. Okay, W boyfriend shit. If you don't know, they have liquid chocolate inside. I gave a white chocolate truffle to my crush, and because she didn't know what a truffle was, all the liquid white chocolate fell on her black uniform. Keyword was white. As you can imagine, it looked like someone has a nice time on her. A bunch of people gave her looks, and she even put it on her snap. Guys, is not what it looks like. Luckily, everything was all right, and we had a good laugh about it at the end. By the way, love your viz, bro. Didn't know you were 19. You look like an unk. LOL. Shut your bitch ass up. But interesting story. Interesting story. Use TTS reader. All right. Oh shit. Thank you, Iris. That shit looked sketchy before. I didn't want to use it. But all right.
I'm Muslim, and when I was about 14,
And now I see why this shit is sketchy. Bro, why the fuck he sound like? Yo, what the fuck he sound like? Let me see what Zero sound like.
Nice to meet you. Did you know most birds can see more?
Trash too. What about Mark?
Nice to meet you. Did you know most birds can?
Fuck it. Zero.
I'm Muslim, and when I was about 14, my Catholic teacher, whose surname was literally Ramadan and who was double my age at 28, invited me to a family-style sleepover at her flat. She lived alone back then, the most by-the-book Catholic woman I'd ever met, so the whole evening was perfectly proper and PG. But my teenage brain still turned it into a dramatic, slow-burn romance arc that never existed. A Catholic woman named Ramadan hosting a Muslim kid. Peak British storytelling. And no, before anyone asks, I did not end up marrying her in the end.
This voice is crazy. That voice is crazy. I'ma just read these motherfuckers. Alright, we only gonna do, I don't know if I'm making it to 250. We're probably only gonna do 4 more, actually. We're just gonna do 4 more. I had this weird teacher. He was the type of nerdy guy that jocks used to beat up in movies, but all grown up. He had a history of doing wild stuff. For example, his teacher's aide had left their laptop in his class, and another of his classes had broken some parts of it. The teacher got mad and kicked out the aide for confronting him. Yes, this guy sucked. One day he didn't show up to school. This is weird because it was a week before our final class in that class. The next day I walked into class only to find out that he had gotten arrested for aggravated assault. Damn, I don't know what exactly happened because the school tried to cover it up really fast, but you always talked about how much he really hated his wife, so maybe something happened. Oh boy. The good news was we got out of our final, and me and a few of the kids in class made t-shirts with his mugshot on it. Bad news, he got fired. Love the viz, bruh, keep it up. Yo, whoa, that's not good at all. I once brought a fleshlight to our dorm. Yes, I used to be in private school, and we used it as our dorm fleshlight. Anyone could use it. We cleaned it out using hand sanitizer. Brother, I want you to know that you shared your dick with multiple other niggas in your school. And y'all all, and you was putting your dick through other niggas' cum in your school. I want you to know, because hand sanitizer did not clean that shit. There's still to do in that fleshlight. Y'all are nasty. I got my ex jumped, but on accident. We barely lasted long, but he broke up with me over a text. And I was on FaceTime showing my friends, and I accidentally leaked a screenshot, and I didn't know until days later where a whole group of guys and girls were coming up to me and saying they would jump him. Even my teacher gave him a dang lecture about the breakup during class. Okay, but jumping somebody for breaking up with somebody is crazy. I'm sorry. Most of the school hated him, and they even found out what bus he rode and all waited for him to do too, but he never showed up and obviously led them trying to track him down, and eventually some girls found him and jumped him. Somehow we still got back together, but on and off. So you got this man jumped for breaking up with you and then got right back with you. He didn't cheat on you. He didn't hit you. Just jumped. We just broke up with you. That's fucked up, man. I ain't gonna lie. Pretty sure he wanted to get back at me, but everything was on accident. I kept texting him how sorry I was, but me chilling out. That's fucked up. That is fucked. Last one. My craziest school confession was probably when I gooned in the school bathroom. My urges were high, but the thing is, a random kid came to the bathroom and yelled, "I'm reporting this." But anyways, that's besides the point. So I was going out on about my day, and then I put it in a random group chat, and turns out the person recorded it. And out of the whole school, me and this one kid had the same shoes at the time, and I was with my friend group. They also received the video, and they asked if it was me. I blamed the other kid. Next day, I found out that kid got expelled. I feel bad. Yeah, you fucked up. That kid got expelled for your gooning habits. However, that's it in the video. Appreciate y'all for watching. That's it for confessions. I am tired. Fuck. Standing up, doing this shit is harder than I thought. I don't know how Yo-Yo does it. Fuck. God damn.